Aloha, beautiful souls. Welcome to another reading here at Transform with Rian. And today we are going to be looking at an unexpected blessing in love. So we are going to be seeing what energies are coming through to you in that area of life that's love and romance, and what things you can look forward to. All right, so we have three choices here. Go ahead and see which one or more than one is calling to you. Take a deep breath in and out and meditate on it for a moment if need be. But we are going to go ahead and begin with card and group number one. So I'm going to move this to the side. And we have this beautiful card here with an angel and, ooh, my favorite number, 3. We have 3 hearts showing up here. So let's see what the message is on the back, group 1, to find out what is your next unexpected blessing in love. We have, my beloved, though we may be physically apart, spiritually we are always united, for love transcends space and time. Nothing is missing. Ooh, so I'm getting that this message may be for those of you who have been in separation with your loved one. And it could be that, you're taking some time apart away from the relationship, but you're probably feeling their energy still and their presence. Maybe there are things in your environment that's reminding you of them, like photos, certain foods, dishes, places, items, like physical items. And for some of you, it could even be something like, maybe your partner is away for work, right? Like I grew up in a military family. So there were times in my childhood where my dad was away for like years or months at a time, or even like a week when he would go training out in the field. He'd be gone for like a week or a long weekend. And I wouldn't see him for like days. So it could be that for those of you who have spouses or partners who are in some kind of armed forces, the military, or even just regular jobs. I know some people have to take business trips every once in a while to kind of help expand the company. Do you know what I'm saying? Or meet new clients. So I feel like that energy is very strong here. And so there's going to be this unexpected feeling of connection, especially if you're feeling loneliness. So that's what I'm seeing here, is this is a blessing of feeling connection, because maybe you've been feeling a bit lonely, especially if you're single, right? And wondering like, when am I going to meet the one? When are we going to cross paths and have our, relationship in real time? So I feel like you're going to get that connection and feel it like at your heart and at your core. So I grabbed some twin flame cards as well beforehand, and we'll get some tarot in a moment. So we have awakening and masculine energy here. There's something very powerful that I'm sensing with this sort of splash of water that this person is going. So I'm sensing that this energy when it comes to love is very refreshing. Like, again, I'm tuning into that energy that maybe some of you have felt lonely or maybe hopeless or doubtful. Like, is this ever going to happen? Are they, cheating on me? Are they thinking of someone else? Are they thinking of me? Do they even miss me? And this is sort of that splash of water. It's like, wake up. No, everything is actually okay. And don't let your mind overthink anything. Like, let me know in the comments down below if you can be guilty of overthinking things sometimes, and like your mind goes in that downward spiral, because I know I've been there many, many times, let me tell you. And then you start kind of creating these stories in your mind about what could be happening that could be going wrong in a relationship. Do you know what I'm saying? So I feel like this is just a reminder that things are okay. It's not as bad as you think. All right. Now, what I'm also seeing here as I kind of look through this is your twin is awakening to your connection. So I feel this is actually very strong for those of you that are single, that maybe the reason why you're not in union is because the other person isn't ready yet for that type of commitment. And I feel like they are beginning to wake up. And that could be, again, why you're physically apart, why you're not together, is because one of you or the other person specifically was not ready. Okay. And now they're also experiencing this wake up moment with this splash of water, right? Where it's like, okay, I'm ready now. I'm ready to be vulnerable. I'm ready to trust someone with my heart. I feel healed enough to be in a relationship with another person and really care for them as a partner should be cared for. Do you know what I'm saying? So I feel like that kind of energy is coming through from them as well. And interestingly, I'm also getting very strongly that their energy is very masculine. And, you know, it doesn't really pertain to the gender that you're attracted to. It's more the divine masculine and feminine that's within every single person, regardless of gender. But they really have more of this divine masculine energy coming through at this moment. So with this awakening is they're trying to seek you out. They're ready to reconnect with you, again, with this separation. So for those of you that maybe you weren't able to hear from your partner in a while because they're away for work, you're going to have this opportunity maybe to have a voice chat really soon, okay? And then you can actually catch up and let each other know how you've been doing, what you've been up to, how you've been feeling, right? So I feel this energy coming in with this seeking you. And that divine masculine energy in all of us is that part of us that takes action, okay? That is the doing part, right? Versus the being and just resting, receiving, passive kind of energy. This is very active energy. So I see that this person is really finding ways to connect to you. Okay, so maybe they were like, I don't know, kind of like locked away in a little bit of a hermit mode, right? Like not wanting to go out and socialize, not really wanting to connect with people online in real life, looking to date anybody, right? And now they're kind of opening up. Now they're ready. So they're going to be that type of person that's maybe going to more social engagements to meet people, like hopefully wanting to meet you, right? But they maybe even be creating like an online profile, you know, on one of those dating apps or something like that, so that they can have a better chance of connecting with you. Maybe some of them are like, okay, maybe I'll go take that class or go to this workshop or whatever, so that they can meet people who have similar interests as them. All right. So I get the sense that they're about to be on the move. Okay. And taking some type of action so that they can connect with you and they can meet up in physical reality with you. So let's pull some tarot cards as well, and let's get some more information about this unexpected blessing in love. What else we can gather, even though it seems like there's a lot that will be happening here very soon for those of you that chose this pile. I'm really excited, like this connection. You know, it's like when we watch those movies and TV series with the rom-com, it's like when the two leads meet up with each other and they have that first spark or that first connection. Oh, love that stuff. It's always fun to have all those like beginnings, right? And maybe that's because I'm a cardinal sign too, you know, like for those of you that have been to this channel, you know, perhaps that I'm a Libra, and so that's one of the cardinal signs. And so cardinal signs like Aries, Libra, Cancer, and Capricorn like the initiation of things. Like they love beginnings. So maybe that's why I'm a little bit biased towards that. Oops. We have this a little bit. Let's scoot this one over. Okay, and then we'll get some more tarot cards as well, I think. So what do we have here? Oh my gosh, 8 of Wands. Lots of movement for sure. Okay, and victory with the 6 of Wands. So this connection. So there's a lot of momentum here. There's a lot of forward movement. You know, the energy, I don't know how you've been feeling about this, but let me know in the comments down below if you can relate. But you know, kind of at the time I'm recording this, it's getting towards the end of May, but kind of like end of April, you know, maybe even the whole month of April, and then beginning half of May, the energy to me felt very stagnant, like it wasn't really moving, wasn't going anywhere. And even if you tried to get traction and start taking steps towards something, it felt like it was like going through mud, right? Or going through like molasses, like syrup. It just felt so slow going. And now I feel like the energy is kind of like awakening, and that as you put energy into something, you'll feel you're getting further than you did in the recent weeks / month. Do you know what I'm saying? So I feel like a lot of quick momentum here. So I don't think it's going to take very long for you all to connect or reconnect in the case of those of you that have already met like this sort of love match, okay? And it's gonna work out beautifully. I see this, you know, this person is like smiling, this fairy. So I think a lot of any worries or doubts that you have been feeling are gonna be dispelled, going to be released. And here with the Hermit, definitely it's just confirming the fact that this other person was kind of in hermit mode. They were really focused on, themselves, their work, their job, their kind of responsibilities and obligations, and that's why they've been very shut off from the rest of the world. And now they're ready to be seen. That's what this Sun energy about. It's like they're actively like putting themselves out there so that they can be seen by you, right? And they can see you as well. For the King of Cups here, I'm getting the sense that this is really referring to some zodiac energy. So a lot of water energy within this person, okay? So for those of you in relationship, maybe it will confirm if your person has a lot of placements in Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, all right? So either sun sign, moon sign, rising sign, or any of the planets, okay? So I'm sensing a lot of water energy for those of you drawn to this reading. And then we have the Two of Wands as well, which is really speaking to like making a decision, coming to a point where it's like, which route am I going to go? Again, Wands energy is fire. So you have a lot of fire here. We have Sun, which is a ball of fire, right? And then we have Wands, Wands, Wands. So 3 Wands card from the Minor Arcana. That's speaking to that initiation energy, that doing energy, taking action, okay? So I'm getting the sense that this decision has been made. It's just a matter of like the time now, right? Like I'm going to meet you, I'm gonna give you a call, I'm going to do voice chat with you, I'm gonna reach out and catch up with you after all this time kind of thing. And so it's just a matter of time of when that actual meeting is going to take place. Okay, let's pull some tarot here. I'm hearing like, interestingly, we only need 3 from this deck. So we have the High Priestess, 9 of Pentacles, beautiful, and also 10 of Pentacles. Wow, so we have a 9 and a 10. So I'm really feeling here that there's going to be this kind of celebration and of the relationship. Okay, so for those of you that are in a relationship or have connected with this person, as you reconnect, there's a lot more stability here. All right, and that either you or this other person or both of you has been really wishing for this and really wanting this, because this is like a wishing well here. And so the energy of this wish being granted is very stable. It's very grounded. So, if we're thinking of like percentages, for example, it's definitely like 80% and above kind of likelihood that things will go very smoothly and like with very few hiccups or obstacles, right? And that kind of whatever you have in your mind and whatever they have in their mind is very much aligned, is very much matched up, okay? That's what I'm really feeling with this 9 of Pentacles. And this is like a meeting up of people, a gathering. So definitely for those of you that have not connected with this person yet, I see it happening in a very social environment here, okay? It could even be like some kind of meal. In the US, people in the summertime, they have barbecues. So they gather like friends, neighbors, family members to barbecue outside, enjoy the sunshine, the good weather, play games, right? So it's a very fun, very festive vibe. And maybe, wherever you are from in the world, the summer is a very festive time as well for you, the summer months. Maybe a lot of music festivals, farmers markets, fairs, carnivals, those types of things. So I'm really sensing that there's going to be an opportunity here to connect in a very social, lively, happy, celebratory environment. And maybe some of you too, it's like some kind of graduation even, right? I'm even hearing for some of you, it could even be that if you are in school right now, that maybe at graduation, someone might, reveal their feelings for you even. Maybe that's what this Hermit energy was about. Oh my God, that's wild. Like everyone was in study mode for finals and preparing presentations and preparing to share their big, semester projects or year projects or whatever. And so everyone was so focused on that work. No one was really thinking of like romance, love, connection. But now that, everything has been turned in, the assignments are all done, people can start to celebrate like end of semester, end of quarter, graduation, and maybe more feelings will be revealed then at that point in time, right? Because it's like, oh, we're graduating. I don't know if I'll see you again. I just want to let you know I've been having a crush on you for a while, right? Oh my God, I love that story. Okay, I'm really excited for you. So, High Priestess energy, I'm really seeing that this message is just letting you know to trust your gut, trust your instinct. Like, what is your heart saying versus what is your mind saying? Okay. And hopefully that will help relieve some of any nervousness, anxiety, doubt you may have when it comes to love. So, oh my gosh, please let me know if this is your scenario right here in the comments down below with this graduation celebration thing, because it's just making me think of these Thai BL shows that I've been watching where a lot of these loves take place in a university. So super duper cute. I know it's like totally cliche, but I still love to hear about it. I love to hear about people's, blessings in love, like this reading says. So I hope you enjoyed your reading. If you did, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you all again soon for another reading. Take care, loves. Hey there, group 2. Welcome to your reading to find out what is this next unexpected blessing in love. So let's see what this is making me think like stained glass. I don't know why, like stained glass vibes. But let's see what this card has on the back for you and your message. Let there be closeness between you, but always give each other space. Love never claims, it simply allows and gives. Ooh, this is actually a very, very deep message that I'm sensing for a lot of you. What I'm really feeling for a lot of you with this blessing is there's kind of this balance that's coming into your life with love. I'm really hearing and tuning into this energy of like lustfulness and obsessiveness. I don't know if you've ever experienced this before. I definitely have. You know how they say that phrase, love at first sight? Some of us, especially me in my younger days, would confuse love with first sight with lust at first sight. You know, when you're just feeling that physical attraction and that magnetism to someone, but it's not really quite love. And it can be a very intense emotion. Sometimes it even makes people very uncomfortable, right? And not only the person that's experiencing it, but the person that's on the receiving end of that lustful energy. I've been in both positions, I'm sure. And maybe you have as well. But I'm really feeling that when it comes to love, there's this balance coming into the relationship, into maybe your outlook on love, especially if you're single, because, sometimes these love connections can really go into the realm of codependency, right? Where you feel like you can't really function without the other person. You kind of lose maybe your independence, your own identity in a relationship. Maybe you put the other person before your own health and well-being, like to the extreme, to the point where it becomes detrimental, right? So I really feel this energy here of like this balancing and this calmness. And maybe some of you were even raised in a way where it's kind of like you do things for someone you love out of obligation, or when someone does something for you out of what we think is love, we feel like we owe them something, right? Like it's a very transactional type of relationship. Oh God, that's very deep. Let me tell you, I have been working with that type of energy for the longest time. Especially if you have grown up in an environment where, you felt like you had to be somebody or do something in order to get somebody's love, like your parents, for example, right? I think many people can relate to that, where we felt like we had to be something, we had to achieve something in order to be deserving or worthy of our parents' love and acceptance. And then, we feel like we owe them something for bringing us into the world, or whatever the case may be, or taking care of us, providing for us. And, to be honest, that's not really love. That's a very transactional thing. Like love, like it says, it never claims, it just allows and gives, without expecting anything in return. So I'm really feeling this kind of calming of that deep energy of connection when it comes to love for you. And maybe some of you, if you've been crushing on somebody really hardcore, those feelings are going to mellow out. Like maybe that intense feeling of crushing on somebody was driving you crazy, right? Like maybe you were doing that thing that my friends used to tell me to do, is like stalk them like on their social media, like where are they at, like check out their stories, check out their photos, where are they at, who they with, what are they doing, right? And it's very exhausting. So I feel that energy kind of calming down, and you're letting, maybe instead of an inferno of your emotions, like a kind of a slow burn, like a nice warm fire in the fireplace kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I've shuffled these cards out beforehand, so let's see what we have here. Inner child and appreciate. Yeah, so I'm really feeling for a lot of you, this is kind of more internal energy coming through. Like, what is your experience of love right now? I feel like there's some inner child healing, maybe like what we talked about when it comes to your primary, meaning your first relationships that were formed in life, which is typically with a caregiver or a parent, right? And then that sort of shapes the way we interact with people outside of our family and our sort of expectations when it comes to love and interaction and friendships and whatnot. And so I really feel that this inner child energy is being healed, and there's going to be a little bit more playfulness with this and love, where it's not that intense, like I gotta have it, like I need you, right? Like my precious. Like, oh my god, that's kind of creepy, right? But if you've ever watched Lord of the Rings, that's that character Gollum who just got so obsessed with the ring. Do you know what I'm saying? And I feel like that energy is like floating away now, washing away, and you're actually just going to enjoy being in love. It's like being in love with love and just enjoying the experience, regardless of the outcome, right? And even for those of you that are single, it's like maybe some of your expectations of what you feel is going to be a good match for you is going to be shifting and changing, and maybe a little bit more flexible, a little bit less picky or something like that. Do you know what I'm saying? And for those of you that are in relationship, I really sense that maybe you've been feeling suffocated, or your partner's been feeling suffocated in a relationship, but you're not really sure how to communicate that, or you're not really sure how to go about creating that space for each of you, right? It's making me think of that song, NASA by Ariana Grande. I'ma need space, I'ma need, you know that star space. I'ma need space, I'ma need space, baby, I'ma need space. Where she's talking about like how she wants to spend the night alone and doesn't want to go, spend the night with her partner. And that doesn't mean she doesn't love them. She just wants to, have some time alone because they've been spending so much time together. So I think that's very healthy, right, in a relationship. So I really feel like both of you, if you're in a relationship right now, it's like you'll be able to sort of pursue your own individual interests, and that way that you'll get that alone time where you'll be having fun, they can have fun as well, and then you can come back together and kind of share your experience and like how much fun you had and what you did, that kind of thing. Now with this appreciate, I'm just seeing this energy of gratitude. Again, like being thankful for in the moment, like what you have. Not taking anything for granted is what I'm seeing here. Not only the relationship itself, but also your individual life, your individual dreams and goals, not taking those for granted and not putting those aside to solely focus on the relationship, the partnership, right? There has to be some balance within that dynamic of like what's yours and what is the partnership, what's the thing that you share together with that person. So there's something there. I see for some of you too that you're gonna feel, some appreciation for being single. Like you're gonna have some situation is what I'm hearing where, maybe you've been feeling like, oh, it would be nice if I could go on a date, if I could share this with somebody, if I could go on a trip with somebody, if I had someone to come home to. Like maybe you've been feeling that longing for a partnership and like another body, right? But at this point, I'm seeing that something's going to happen soon, that you're going to be happy that you're single, okay? Because it's like, I'm really glad I didn't have anybody with me and I could really, be on my own schedule, do my own thing when I want to do my own thing, okay? And there's no one I have to account for or take into consideration. Like I have freedom and autonomy to do whatever it is that I want to do without explaining myself to somebody, right? Like, for example, one of the things that I've really appreciated in my singledom is being able to travel. Because at first, I would try to get my friends to travel with me, but then it was so hard because they might not have the vacation time, they might not have the money, and I wouldn't go travel, right? Because then it's like, well, I don't want to travel alone. But honestly, like in the recent years, I've been really okay with traveling alone. And I'm really grateful that I can do that and not have my desire to be traveling be controlled by another person's ability to join me, right? So that's like an example. And it's making me think of that movie with oh my gosh, that Australian actress that was big for like the longest time. I don't know why I can't remember her name, but it's something about the about being single, right? The joys of being single or being in love with single life. Oh, I don't know why I'm like forgetting the name of the movie, but if you know the name of the movie, comment it down below so it can refresh all of us. So, yes, I really feel that energy coming through. And I feel like that's a real blessing because sometimes we forget that it's not always just about partnership. You know what I'm saying? That we have our own lives and our own journeys as well, separate from that. So let's see what else we got coming through here for you all with the tarot. So this is like a very subtle, like very feminine energy kind of blessing that's coming through where it's a very personal experience, you know, for you. The first reading was a little bit more masculine energy, like doing, taking action, like things coming in, movement. So let's see what we have here with your tarot. So we have Hangman, Eight of Swords, Four of Swords, like very stationary cards, okay? And when we see these, again, I'm seeing this vibe of like not a lot of movement, but more of like a realization and epiphany and understanding in the stillness, okay? Because this is all about rest. This one is about feeling stuck, feeling trapped, right? Like maybe some of you were feeling that way in a relationship, like kind of tied down in a way, or yeah, just like stuck, okay, and not maybe feeling free to do what you want to do. And I'm not even getting the sense that it's like you don't want to be in the relationship. It's just like you feel kind of caged. You feel kind of like limited. Maybe that's a better word. You feel like kind of limited in what you can do in the relationship because you've been feeling like, well, it depends on my partner, right? If they're able to do this with me, then I can do it. So I'm really seeing that. But I feel that there's this realization now in the stuckness about how to move beyond that, how to kind of like break free in a way, right? Because we have this Magician card, and I see with the Magician, to me, it's sort of in this reading for you all, it's this kind of understanding and this realization that, hey, you aren't limited. You do have opportunities. Things can happen for you. You can make this happen. This is possible, like without offending anybody, without hurting anybody's feeling. Like there's a way that this can be addressed or handled so that everybody's satisfied, everybody feels good about it. And I feel like it's really just about communication, right? And realizing that, hey, we all need to have space to ourselves in a relationship, right? And for those of you that are single, I sense that I'm really feeling that there's this sort of beginning that's happening for you where it's like maybe you're looking at love in a different way. Maybe some of you have been like on a dating break, right? Like I know I have. I haven't tried to date anybody for like, my gosh, 2 years now. Insane. And I've just spent that 2 years like exploring the world, exploring my life, really understanding what it is I want out of life, out of a relationship, and kind of going through my upbringing and my beliefs and like all the Disney movies I watched, and that formed sort of my idea of what love should look like, and seeing what works for me now at this point in my life and what doesn't. So I feel like you're maybe on that journey as well, and you're going to see that, you know, whatever it was that you've been dreaming and hoping for isn't really as far out there or impossible to obtain or reach as maybe you originally thought. I see like this opening up for a lot of you where it's like maybe you felt like, oh, who would ever love someone like me because of whatever characteristic that you're very critical of yourself on. Like I feel that energy is leaving, and you're going to see that, you know, this world has so many people there, and everyone is searching for love, and everyone has that kind of type, right? Like that they're looking to connect with, and all types are covered, right? There's always someone that's interested in what you have to offer, and I'm willing to wager too it's more than just one person, you know. So I really feel that beautiful energy coming through. Now with the Queen energy coming through here, I do really sense that that epiphany, that dawning, that realization coming through for many of you, because the Queen energy is that divine feminine, right? That receptivity, that knowing, that intuition, that heart-led guidance, you know, whereas sort of like the masculine energy is very like thought driven. This is more heart-centered, is the Queen energy. And there's this kind of stability happening here with the Queen of Pentacles, okay? Because maybe the energy felt a little bit unbalanced. Um, and we have the Wands energy where I feel this assertiveness coming through, this confidence coming through, to be able to speak your mind, share what's in your heart, in a very loving, kind, honest, and truthful way. Okay, so that I feel like communication is also increasing if, for those of you in a relationship. And for those of you that are single, I feel like perhaps maybe many of you are going to have a better sense of what it is, what type of person, what type of relationship it is that you really, truly are wanting and desiring for the long term, okay? Let's pull just a few more cards out here. Oh my God, the Lovers card. This is amazing. And the Sun card as well. I love this. And the Ace of Cups. Wow. So new chapter in love, hands down. New chapter in love for all of you. With the Sun, I see definitely you're being seen for who you are and what you offer and what you need and what you're looking for. I see you just like shining, right? Getting more attention, getting more of what it is that you truly want and need versus whatever has been neglected with you, okay? And with this Lovers card, you know, I love this deck so much because there's multiple versions of the Lovers card with different sexes, sex pairings, right? And with this one, with this divine masculine energy, I'm really feeling that it's just speaking to a calming of that energy of like, overthinking and doing too much, and it's more of like relaxing coming through because they just look so at peace, they look so calm over here. And with these arrows coming down, it's like the energy, the momentum is slowing down. Things, you're gonna have a breather, things you're gonna have time to kind of pause and reflect, and process things, and before you start up again. Like I feel that energy coming through, and I feel a lot of understanding coming through this as well. So with this, you know, you being able to speak your mind and not worry so much about any backlash, you know, that whatever you have to say and share from your heart is going to be well received, okay? And people are going to have an easier time understanding what you're trying to say and not taking offense to it, you know? And again, new chapters, new beginnings for a lot of you. And you know, for some of you too, this could even be meeting a new person. We don't have the Two of Cups coming in, but I feel like this is kind of like just a reassurance that you're taking that first step to connect with this person you're going to be with next, okay? So I hope you really enjoyed this reading. It felt very deep and very calm and peaceful to me. So I hope you can look forward to that if things have felt a bit chaotic or disorganized or disordered in your life right now. And if you enjoyed your reading, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I would truly appreciate that. And I look forward to reading for you all again very soon. Take care, loves. Hello there, Group 3. Welcome to your reading to find out what is your next unexpected blessing in love. And we have this beautiful card here with lots of yellows and oranges coming through. And I feel like perhaps it's even speaking to your sacral and your solar plexus chakras. So let's see what it has to share though. Playfulness. Laughter is the best therapy. Have some fun together. And remember, love is the greatest healer. Ooh, I love this for you all. So I'm getting the sense here that the energy of surrounding love is going to be so much lighter. There's going to be a lot more fun, a lot less worrying and anxiety, okay? I'm sensing for some of you, like maybe you've been single and you're going on these dates and they're just kind of not going well. They're not working out. They don't feel like very good matches, or they seem kind of like, I don't know about you, but there was like this stretch of dates that I had gone on like a while back now, because I haven't been dating for a while, where it felt like when I would meet the guy, they just kind of wanted to share about their problems and kind of like what negative things have been going on in their life and how they're stressed out and how they're, you know, overworked or whatever. They wanted to sort of dump their problems. And I was like, this is a date, not a therapy session. Like, what the heck? You know, and I just was so annoyed and I didn't have fun on the date at all. And I don't know if you've experienced that, but what I'm seeing though, if you've experienced that or something similar where you just weren't having fun on the dates and they just weren't good matches, I sense this energy of like fun coming through, like fun dates, fun people that you're meeting, and like so much fun that you're like laughing. I'm sensing that perhaps a lot of you are sharing the same sense of humor as the person you're going on dates with, right? And for those of you in relationship, kind of the same energy that maybe things have been heavy, maybe you both have been dealing with something impacting your relationship that's been stressing you out, you know, whether that's family related, friend related, work related, finance related, health related, whatever it is that you both have been facing. I sense that energy is finally easing. And so you have this blessing of like, okay, we can kind of laugh now, we can have fun, we don't have to be so stressed out anymore, right? Like that's coming through. So let's see what cards also want to participate that I pre-shuffled before your reading, and then we'll get tarot cards, okay? So we have deception and we have karmic partner. Ooh, this is actually really interesting. Okay, so what does this have to do with this playfulness? Okay, so with this deception, what I'm really actually feeling here is not deception as in a bad way. I'm feeling there's some type of game or entertainment that's going to be involved, okay? Because you know how sometimes with games you have to kind of have your poker face on, right? Or you have to be a little bit sneaky when you play games so that you can be the one that makes the points, right? Like I'm thinking of this game that I played with my friends called Mafia, where you know there's someone who's kind of leading the story, and then people have to guess. Like everyone closes their eyes, and then the mafia will pick somebody that they're gonna go after in the middle of the night, and then when they wake up, like they'll be like, okay, so the mafia went after so and so. This person died in the middle of the night, and everyone has to guess like who the mafia members are, right? Like I don't know if you've ever played a game like that. It's almost like Among Us as well. I know that's a popular mobile game, so it's like Among Us. So see how that game kind of requires a little bit of deception. So I feel like it's kind of like that. But for others of you, when I'm seeing this mask, I'm also seeing this has to do something with like film and entertainment when it comes to having fun, where it's like an actor is playing a role. It's not really who they are in real life, okay? Or even going to the theater. Maybe some of you are going to like a costume ball, a masquerade, and so everyone's wearing masks, okay? So that's what I really feel is more of this deception. So it's kind of like this fun activity where people are playing dress up in a way. If it's not some kind of game night or whatever. Maybe some of you, it's like if you're gamers, right? Like you have your avatar in the video games and you're going online, like those first person shooter kind of games, right? You're going online and you're gaming with other people. So maybe like that's some fun that you have with you and your partners. You're both gamers. With this karmic partner, this is really interesting. So I'm feeling like this more has to do with some karma that either you or your partner have had from a previous lifetime that had to be addressed recently, and that's why it was maybe a bit challenging or a bit difficult. It's just like a karma clearance is what I'm getting. And for those of you that were single and maybe experienced like what I experienced, where it's like a stretch of like bad dates, then there was maybe some kind of karmic connection that a responsibility that you were completing. Like maybe you had to do the good deed of just listening to someone share their problems, right? Or maybe you just had to agree to go on this date with someone because they were getting rejected quite a bit and you finally said yes. So to some extent that kind of helped boost their self-esteem so that they can continue on dating, maybe not necessarily you. Do you know what I'm saying? Like who knows what the cosmic contracts all include. So I just really feel it's more that you've kind of done what you needed to do. You've learned what you need to learn from this difficult time, this trial, this tribulation, and now it's like, now you get your reward. Okay, that's what I'm really feeling. You're getting a reward coming here soon, which is this stress-free, fun, playful kind of energy here. So let's see what else we got here. Okay. Oh my gosh, the Lovers card. Amazing. That exact version of the Lovers card, because this deck has multiple versions of it, actually came through in the second reading. So maybe you want to consider listening to the second reading as well if you were feeling drawn to it. And I feel like this card came out too, but in the other deck that I'll be using, the Magician. So yeah, maybe you do want to go check out card reading number 2, and especially if you were drawn to it, like if you were torn between 2 and 3, like this is a confirmation, like you can definitely go listen to number 2. You got the Lovers card again. Stop it. Stop it. Oh my gosh. So yes, I'm definitely sensing that a lot of this energy here that's coming through is speaking to me more for those of you that are partnered, is that whatever you just recently went through that has been stressful AF was like you had to go through it, is like a crucial part of like the growth and development of your relationship and or your personal journeys, right? And yes, definitely. And it was difficult. I'm definitely seeing the Three of Swords is like speaking to this difficulty. Even with the Seven of Coins, like this energy to me also screams like a challenge, like aloneness, because we see this girl here who's like surrounded by swans. And she's kind of like looking a little bit like, why am I even here? Like, where are the other people that I can talk to? Like, I feel that kind of vibe coming through from her. And so, like, a lot of stress, I feel, has just been in your life. And you were meant to go through this together. And with the Hermit card, definitely this all these feelings of loneliness, isolation. It's like, oh my gosh, like when are we gonna move past this? Where is the light at the end of the tunnel? Like, I feel like that's a lot of the energy that might have been experienced here. And with the Magician, I'm really feeling again this like this shift where all of this energy now is like fading away, and what's emerging here, what's just beginning, is fun. Like, the message I'm getting from here is like, think of like when little kids used to have birthday parties, they would hire like a magician or even a clown, even though clowns kind of make me nervous. How this magician like entertains people, does tricks, and kind of helps you sort of leave like reality for a moment and go into this very magical world that where anything is possible and you can let your imagination run wild. Like, that's what I'm really seeing here. It's like you can kind of let go of some of the harshness of reality and step into more of like that playful, imaginative side that's a little bit more high vibe, you know? And for those of you that have been single, I'm really just sensing that there's been this like energy of disappointment in some of the people that you have been meeting up with, going out on dates with. Maybe some of you, it's like you go somewhere like a party or a festival or a class hoping that you might meet somebody, and then it's like there's no one really there that you're interested in, or something like that, right? And so there's kind of this disappointment where it's like, oh, like I was really hoping to meet somebody here out clubbing, out at the bar, out at this party today, and then and I didn't meet anybody, right? So there's a little bit of this disappointment and feeling kind of like singled out, and I feel like that's changing. And I feel like, ooh, this is really interesting, y'all. Ooh, honey, I really am getting from this Magician card is like this message of let go of any expectations, because when you meet this person that's like a really good match for you, maybe even who you'll ultimately end up spending your life with, you know, it's gonna be so unexpected. Like, you would have never thought that's how you're gonna meet them. Like, that's what I'm getting here with this Magician card. It's kind of like serendipity, right? Where it's like, wow, if I had just gone this way instead of that way, we would have never bumped into each other. Or, you know, you'd be saying like, what are the chances of us connecting this way? Like, I really feel that. So just let go of expectations, just embrace this playful, fun energy that's coming through. Be in the moment, okay? Be in the moment is what I'm hearing. So we also have Queen of Swords for you. Oh, yes, girl, yes. And I don't mean like you have to be a girl physically. That's just like, you know, my thing. Yes, girl. Okay, so it could be a guy too. But it says Nine of Cups here. This is the wish card. Wish is granted. Oh my God, you also have the Nine of Pentacles. So a very, like the energy that I'm getting is like, you know how some people they make wishes and they are a little bit far-fetched, they're really out there, so it's not something that can happen easily or quickly. Like, oh, I want to be a famous celebrity all around the world. Like, a good goal, totally possible, but it's gonna take a lot of effort and work, right, to reach that stage. But this wish, because it's coming with the Nine of Pentacles, it's very stable, it's very grounded. So if you're wishing for connection, you're wishing for fun, you're wishing to be able to let your hair down, you know, and just relax and take it easy in life right now, totally possible. Done and done. Like, you don't even really need to think about it. You don't have to stress or worry about nothing. Like, whatever you want to do, honey, you just go do it. Everything will work out. Okay, that's what I'm getting here from this energy. So if you want to go catch that show, you want to take a vacation, it don't even matter. If you're worried about funds, you're worried about plane tickets, you're worried about availability for like hotel stays, whatever, like don't even worry, honey. Just go online, do what you need to do, you will find what you need. Okay, this kind of reminds me of my sister recently. She's going to be taking a trip to England, and she was trying to find like places to stay during Mercury retrograde, the recent one, and she was like striking out, or a lot of places were like ridiculously expensive. And so I reminded her like, well, you know, Mercury's in retrograde, like it's not really the best time to be like making big purchases or signing contracts anyway, unless you really, really have to. So just wait it out and see what happens. And she was kind of nervous at first because it was getting closer and closer to the travel date. But like after Mercury retrograde ended, like she found out all these options, and she found out another website that she could use to get even like more affordable hotels. So like, right, I feel like that's kind of the energy that's like so effortless now. You know, like maybe before like struggle bus for real, but now it's like, honey, no obstacles. Like it's clear sailing from here, very clear path. Like there is no roots that will trip you up when you're trying to walk or jog, right? Like it's so easy. And with the Queen of Swords, I'm really feeling this protected energy, okay? That this time and this space now is going to be protected for you. Like your guides, your guardians, your angels, they've seen you go through the struggle. I'm hearing that Chaka Khan song. Through the fire, to the limit, to the wall. For a chance to be with you, I gladly risk it all. I'm hearing that song. So, like, you've gone through the hardship. You don't have to have your guard up anymore. Like, you can really don't have to be tense. You can just relax. Like, if you believe in the angels, your guardians, your guides, God, whatever, like they're looking out for you now. And this is kind of like feeling like a reward for all your hard work and your dedication, your commitment to seeing whatever this was through to the end and not sort of giving up, you know? So that's what I'm really seeing here. For some of you too, this Queen of Swords is about communication, right? Sharing ideas, being honest and truthful with each other, and I really feel like that energy is coming through as well, where communication is going to be really open, really honest, and I feel like it will bring you closer, right? And it hopefully will also feel a little bit easier, right? Because sometimes when we go through something challenging, we don't want to talk about it. We keep it kind of buried in. But this is a chance, if you wish, to kind of talk it over with somebody, just kind of get things off your chest. So very interesting. I love it. I love it. I love it. Have so much fun. A beautiful group 3. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe before you leave if you haven't already. Would truly appreciate that. But I look forward to reading for you again soon. Take care, loves.